Hello yet again, audience. Zekums Prime here, and Starscream, and Megatron. Anyway, I'm talking to you on Optimus Prime here once again to talk to you about why Transformers 1 is the best Transformers film out of all 5 of them that have came out so far, and this is the start of my new review series. Now, I did do a review before this, the last night review that I had in a 2-part video, and that was before I decided to start this new review series though. So yeah, I will actually rate that film before we actually get into the review of this film. Now, I recommend that you go and check out my Transformers Last Night review videos, because I talk about all the reasons why Last Night just absolutely fails and why it's so bad. So yeah, I would recommend you go and check those out. And because it's so bad, I'm only going to rate it 4 out of 10. So for all of my reviews that I do with video games and movies, I'm just going to rate all of them out of 10. And for The Last Night, I give it a 4 out of 10. Damn right. After I finished watching it last night, I was like, what the hell? I was wondering what I just watched. It was just shit. I'm sorry, but it actually was. Huh, I know, right? Anyway, here's a quick look at the ranking system.
You suck!
Now, the ones from 1 to 4 are the painful ones that are so bad that they're actually painful. That's why they're highlighted in red. One of these is, of course, The Last Night. But still, unfortunately, people thought this could be the redeeming movie that would make up for all the rest of the movie's failures, apart from the first one. And you, Zachamus, especially, were so upset to see it was yet another letdown. Indeed, I was, Starscream. Whilst the Michael Bay films do have incredible CGI Transformers, they do fail in a lot of other ways. And I did mention the ways that they fail in The Last Night, like how they kill off their characters way too quickly, and all of that. But yeah, I was just very upset to see this was yet another failure of a film, mostly. Yes, The Last Night was very disappointing and upsetting. But anyway, back to the ranking system. This is the average rank. As you can see, it goes from 5 to 6 and is highlighted in orange, as that is also the average color. These are for films that are obviously not bad, not good, but in the middle. Just average, as it says. And this is the excellent rank, the highest rank that a movie or game could get. And the highest score you can get is obviously 10 out of 10, which is straight up perfect and has nothing wrong with it, and it's just perfect, pretty much. And yeah, these ones are just called the perfect score. And of course, these are very rare. Let's face it, there's there's loads of stuff that has just a few problems, because very rarely stuff is perfect. Come on. Indeed, Megatron, you can find tiny errors in any video game or movie. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the review. That rhymes. Stage is over to you now, Optimus. Thank you, Zachamus. Alright, for these reviews, we're going to split them down into 3 parts: story, characters, and screen quality. Now, let's start off with the story. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree with me that the story for this movie pretty much speaks for itself. It's good, with a simple, fun plot with the Decepticons and Autobots fighting each other for possession over the mighty Allspark. It's good that it's simple, because it's easy to understand, unlike the confusing plot of Revenge of the Fallen. 2 sides are fighting over a mighty mysterious power, one that wants it for good, the Autobots, and the other that wants it for evil, the Decepticons. As a truly nostalgic intro voiced by me, of course, clearly says,
Before time began, there was the cube. We know not where it comes from, only that it holds the power to create worlds and fill them with life. That is how our race was born. For a time we lived in harmony, but like all great power, some wanted it for good, others for evil. And so began the war. A war that ravaged our planet until it was consumed by death. And the cube was lost to the far reaches of space. We scattered across the galaxy, hoping to find it and rebuild our home, searching every star, every world. And just when all hope seemed lost, message of a new discovery drew us to an unknown planet called Earth.
Absolutely epic. What better time to do a review on this film than its 10-year anniversary? Anyway, another reason why it's good to have simple plots because it's easy to understand and will also be easy to enjoy. Anyway, I think I've said enough about the fun story. Now let's move on to the characters. Now, unfortunately, like all the rest of the Transformers films, like I mentioned in my last night review videos, this is where it fails in characters because it focuses too much on the humans when it should focus on the Transformers. However, another reason why this is my favorite film is because it actually focuses the most on the Transformers out of all the rest of the films. Another truly nostalgic scene this film has is the Autobots rival turf scene, with the amazing music and really setting the tone for the magical arrival of these godlike beings. It was just, and the CGI and the Autobots looked absolutely incredible and just really set the tone of this magical scene as well. I mean, seriously, just listen to this music, man. Oh, I love it, man. But anyway, back to the characters. So yeah, all the characters pretty much suffer the same Michael Bay syndrome that all the other films have, but this one actually has the least Michael Bay syndrome of all of them, and I already explained what Michael Bay syndrome is in my last night review videos. But yeah, they actually give the Autobots some personality, unlike the rest of the films. For example, Optimus Prime was the responsible father figure that the Autobots looked up to, Jazz was the cool one, Einhard was all like in your face one, like I'm gonna kill you one, and Ratchet was the observant one, and Bumblebee, well, he was just Bumblebee. One of the nice ones soon became Sam's Guardian, which was pretty cool. I think they made a perfect choice in Autobot characters. They picked the perfect 5 Autobots to put into the first film. Another reason why this film is so memorable and now a classic. Now for the Decepticon characters. And I tell you, these Decepticon characters are just awful. None of them have any personality. The only one that shows personality is Megatron, and he gets killed. Actually, most of them get killed. All of the Decepticons have been getting killed off, and it's unfortunately still no different in this one. But at least I showed personality. And we looked menacing, too. I know, I mentioned that in my last night review videos, but that's what I love about the Decepticons, is how menacing they looked. And you and Barricade were two very cool Decepticons, Starscream. Well, Barricade's slightly cooler than you, of course. But unfortunately, it's still unacceptable how the Decepticons show practically no personality whatsoever, and that they get killed off way too quickly, and you don't, when Starscream escapes, you don't even see him say, "You are dead now, my master. Now it is time for me to take over the Decepticons." You just see him fly away in space. So yeah, it's unacceptable. It's gonna lose a lot of points for that. Yeah, they do just show me flying off into space. And it's very sad when Jazz dies. And at least when Jazz dies, they actually are sad over his death. When the other Autobots died in the other films, they weren't even sad over their deaths. For example, in Dark of the Moon, when Ironhide died, Optimus returned from wherever the hell he was, and didn't even notice that Ironhide died. It was ridiculous. At least they actually mourned for Jazz's death in this film. If anybody was going to be sad that he died, you thought they did make me sad that he died. Anyway, now moving on to the final part of this review, the screen quality, which is already, you guys just already automatically know that the screen quality is absolutely amazing. And when the Transformers fight each other on this film, it looks absolutely freaking lit. However, a lot of things that people don't like about the screen quality is how shaky the camera is, which I can totally agree with them on that, and how many switches there are, which I also don't like. That's just kind of messes up the screen quality of the film, those two things. But anyway, this review is now done. Thank you everybody for listening. Back to you now, Zachmas. Thanks, Prime. Anyway, that's my review of Finished Transformers 1, why it's definitely the best Transformers film out of all 5 of them, easily. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, guys. Transformers 1 was one of my childhood joys that I always remember and cherish, but now it's time to rank it. Now it has a good, fun story and simple plot that's easy to understand. Amazing screen quality as well, but however it does fail in the character area because it doesn't focus enough on the Transformers, focuses just slightly too much on the humans and the Decepticons. It's very cruel to the Decepticons as well, and it kills them off all very quickly, and this doesn't really give the Decepticons enough screen time either. So for that, I want to give it a 7 out of 10, but overall I'm going to have to rank it 6 out of 10. So yeah, decent film overall, but of course I like it more than that because it's one of my childhood joys. But anyway, this has been my Transformers 1's best Transformers film. Zachmas Prime, signing off. See you in the next one, guys.